Joseph was the beloved son of Jacob. Out of 12 brothers, Joseph held a special place in his father's heart. Jacob even gave him a beautiful multicolored coat, something rare, expensive, a symbol of honor. But his brothers didn't see love. They saw favoritism. They saw jealousy burning inside them day by day. Joseph was only 17, full of innocence and curiosity. But he had something extraordinary. He could see dreams and interpret them. One morning, he ran to his brothers. "Joseph, I had a dream. We were binding grain in the field, and my bundle stood upright. And your bundles bowed down to mine." His brothers glared at him. "Brothers, so you think you'll rule over us? You think we'll bow to you?" Their anger grew. Another night, another dream. "Joseph, I saw the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowing down to me." Even Jacob was surprised, but deep inside, he kept the dream in mind. Because sometimes dreams are not imagination, they are destiny speaking. Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers who were grazing sheep far away. When the brothers saw Joseph coming from a distance, wearing his colorful coat, jealousy turned to pure hatred. Brother whispering, "Look, the dreamer is coming." Another replied, "Let's kill him." But Reuben, the eldest, said no. "Don't harm him, Reuben. Throw him in the pit." Joseph arrived, smiling, innocent. But before he understood anything, they grabbed him, tore off his coat, and threw him into a deep pit. He cried out, but no one listened. Soon a caravan of Ishmaelite traders passed by. Judah said, "Judah, what profit is it if we kill him? Let's sell him." And Joseph, the son of Jacob, was sold like a slave. The brothers dipped his coat in animal blood and sent it to their father. Jacob cried for days, believing his favorite son was dead. But Joseph was alive, and God was with him. Joseph reached Egypt, a land of pyramids, gods, and mighty kings. He was sold to Potiphar, a high official of Pharaoh. Even as a slave, Joseph worked with honesty and excellence. God blessed everything he touched. Potiphar noticed. Soon Joseph became the manager of the entire household. But trouble came again. Potiphar's wife admired Joseph. She tried to seduce him repeatedly. "How can I sin against God?" One day she grabbed his cloak, accusing him falsely. Potiphar believed her, and Joseph was thrown into prison. From a pit to slavery, from slavery to prison. But Joseph didn't give up. He didn't complain. He trusted God's plan. Even inside prison, Joseph rose. The jailer saw Joseph's character and made him supervisor of the prisoners. One day, 2 royal officers, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker, were thrown into jail. Both had disturbing dreams. Cupbearer: "No one can tell us what these dreams mean." Joseph said, "Interpretations belong to God. Tell me your dreams." The cupbearer described his dream. Joseph replied, "You will be restored to your position." The baker shared his dream. Joseph said, "You will be executed." And everything happened exactly as Joseph said. Before the cupbearer left, Joseph requested, "Joseph, please remember me when you stand before Pharaoh." But the cupbearer forgot Joseph. 2 more years passed. But Joseph's time was coming. One night, Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, had two frightening dreams. No one could interpret them. That's when the cupbearer suddenly remembered Joseph. Pharaoh commanded that Joseph be brought from prison. Joseph shaved, changed clothes, and stood before the most powerful man in the world, Pharaoh. Joseph: I cannot. I hear you can interpret dreams. But God will give Pharaoh the answer. Pharaoh described his dreams. 7 healthy cows eaten by 7 thin cows. 7 healthy grains swallowed by 7 withered ones. Joseph replied, Joseph, God is revealing the future. 7 years of great abundance are coming, followed by 7 years of severe famine. If you don't prepare, the nation will collapse. Pharaoh was stunned. Who could plan such a strategy? Pharaoh turned to his advisors. Pharaoh, can we find anyone wiser than this man? He placed his royal ring on Joseph's finger, dressed him in fine linen, and made him the prime minister of Egypt. From slave to prisoner to ruler. Only God can write such a story. Joseph wisely stored grain during the 7 good years. When famine struck, Egypt had food, thanks to Joseph. People from many nations came seeking help, including Joseph's brothers. They bowed before him, not recognizing him. The dream had come true. Joseph recognized them but stayed silent at first, testing their hearts. He wanted to know if they had changed. After several encounters, Judah confessed their guilt and offered himself in place of Benjamin. Joseph couldn't hold back his tears. He ordered everyone out except his brothers. And then he wept loudly. Joseph, I am Joseph, your brother, the one you sold into Egypt. His brothers froze in fear. But Joseph spoke gently. Joseph, do not be afraid. You meant evil against me, but God used it for good, to save many lives. They cried, embraced, and forgave. Joseph brought his father Jacob and the entire family to Egypt. Jacob nearly fainted when he learned Joseph was alive. They were given land, food, and honor. Jacob blessed Joseph's 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, giving Joseph a double inheritance. Years later, when Jacob died, the brothers again feared Joseph's revenge. But Joseph said, Am I in the place of God? I will provide for you and your children. He kept his promise. Joseph lived to see great-grandchildren. He died in faith, trusting that one day God would bring Israel out of Egypt.